Hi everyone, thank you for watching. I'm illustrator John McCoy and you're watching John McCoy Art. This is my 109th daily sketch of 2020. I'm working in Photoshop. I'm using a Wacom Cintiq 22 HD and I'm painting a portrait of a woman. I am using the oil painting brushes in Photoshop like I did with my last daily sketch, and I'm pushing the boundaries and seeing how far I can take these and if I'm able to use wet media digital brushes to create a portrait completely. And the process of this work was 5 hours long in real time, and it went from using the default oil brushes in Photoshop to using a little bit of dry media brushes, then back to oil brushes, and then I created my own brush and finished the piece using my own brush. I was very pleased with the qualities of the brush I created. Now, this technique of painting here is actually really realistic because I'm working with minimal layers, and the way the paint applies is similar to oil paints because it comes on thick. It's not translucent like some digital painting techniques use the pen pressure of the Wacom tablet pen or whatever tablet brand is being used. It uses the pen pressure to jitter the opacity and size of the brush, and that's used to blend. Whereas this lays paint on thick and you can't really see through it, but it blends with any pre-existing paint on the canvas. So it's kind of like a live layer. And that's actually why it's even better to work with one layer, because all the paint on the layer meshes with all the paint on the layer. It's all interactive and it all blends. But you can see in the layer panel on the right that I'm using two layers, and that's because I duplicate the existing layers so that I get the action between the new paint and the old paint, but it's non-destructive, meaning I can delete the new layer if for some reason I'm not happy with the results. But I never did that, and I never do. Generally, I don't. There's very few times I do that, but it's kind of like the same reason why I take receipts from places and then throw them away the next day. It's kind of like a comfort to me to have that security. So, anyways, the process behind this kind of goes from the oil painting brushes and then ends with my custom brush that I create, which is somewhere between a dry and a wet media brush. You can adjust all that in Photoshop, and it's really a joy to be able to do so, to be able to create a very specific brush, and I import my own textures into the brushes, and that adds a lot of realism to it. So I really enjoy working with these oil paints in Photoshop because they're so similar to traditional media, and working traditionally and digitally are both an integral part of my profession as an illustrator, and being able to create as many bridges between the two of them in the learning curves of both forms of mark making and illustration is fruitful for me. I really enjoy working in both of them, and these paints are so realistic that they're a nice bridge between the two. And this process of painting this portrait, 5 hours, has been very educational for me, and I've learned so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope it's been informative for you. And if you like the video, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. God bless you guys.